Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Janet and I run a Depop, a website called Primarie Studios where I sell secondhand and vintage fashion. Today I am doing a market vlog. It is my first time going to Frogtown Flea Crawl. It is actually a few days after the market. The only flea markets I've done in the past were Uptown Flea in Whittier and then Come Together Market, which was in Redondo Beach. So I wanted to try a market in LA just to see what the difference was, because I do know LA has a bigger vintage scene than like Redondo Beach or Whittier. So let's just head into the vlog portion of the video and then I'll see you at the end where I will go over just like logistics, how much money I made, tips and tricks, and all of that good stuff. Today I'm doing a market vlog for Frogtown Flea Crawl, which is going to be happening tomorrow, which is September 23rd. So what I'm doing right now is packing. Essentially what I do is I get these like big plastic bags. I just kind of slip it underneath some of the clothes that are already categorized. But let me just show you so you can get a better idea. Here's everything that is going to be coming with me to the market. I have this, which is all my men's vintage. And then over there, these are my women's jackets. And then these are my skirts and bottoms. And then here are some accessories, tops, blouses, dresses, and two-piece sets. And then I've already packed my bags and shoes. So I have about 10 pairs of shoes in there and maybe like 10 bags or so. Since everything is already categorized, I just need to slip this on over the clothes so that's protected when I'm transporting it. Okay, so everything has been packed and I just need to load it into my car, which I'm going to be doing tomorrow morning. Let me just show you everything so you can see and get a visual of what I'm talking about. These things right here, and then this pile in the middle, and then I have one backpack. I'll put my flea market packing list in the description. I've linked it in every single market vlog, but just in case it's your first time here and you're curious about what I bring, I will have it for you, and I'll see you guys in the morning. It's 8:37 and I just packed up the car with my dad. Took a little break from getting ready to do that, and then I finished getting ready and then head out around 9:20 or so. I'm giving myself a lot of extra room just because driving into LA with the traffic, you don't know what's going to be like. So I'm not as excited about this market as I usually am. I think it's just because the past two weren't financially successful, I guess, even though at least didn't lose money. I feel like it'll be better just because the weather is really good today for a market. It's gonna be like 76 degrees, which is perfect for selling like fall clothes, and then it's comfortable for people to walk around. It's in LA, so hopefully there'll be a lot of foot traffic. I do know that pretty much every single market that I'm like following on Instagram is doing a market this weekend, so there'll probably be a lot of competition between the different markets. I'm hoping that the turnout is good. But anyways, let's just finish getting ready and then I'll eat breakfast and then we'll head out. So here is today's fit check. My hair actually looks okay today because I blow dried it last night in preparation for today. But I'm just wearing this button down, my P necklace from Oxa Jewelry, and this I got from Uptown Cheapskate, a thrifted tee, a thrifted button down, thrifted this too. And also the pants are Uniqlo U, but I got them through Uptown Cheapskate as well. And this is a belt I got from Uniqlo. And now I'm just gonna go eat some breakfast and then head out. So I am heading out now. It says it's gonna take about 50 minutes to get there, so I should arrive just about on time as long as I don't get lost. I am at a stoplight and I'm heading over to the location. It says that I should get there around 10:16, but I am stopping for gas and I'm supposed to be there by 10:40. Hopefully it'll be a good day. I don't know. We'll see how everything goes. Everything else has turned out well. Like packing has been easy. There has been no hiccups so far in like prepping for this market, so I feel like I shouldn't be feeling so like I don't know, maybe not excited. I'm usually so excited because I really like going to these events. I like being able to talk to customers. This is like the only time I enjoy being social, but you know, we'll just see how things go. It'll be a good day. I'm sure it will be. So we are here at the Happier Camper location, and now I'm just waiting for me to be able to pull into my spot. I don't know which spot it is because it's first come first serve and I came 10 minutes early, so I don't know if that's going to affect anything. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know once I figure out where I'm supposed to go. Okay, I think I heard it click. Did it click? No? Did it click? Our booth is set up a little bit different than last time. I have a corner spot, so I have like these two sides open. Like this side is open, this side is like half open, so people can walk in from both sides. And then let's go into the front. This is like our little checkout area. I have my QR code sign so that people can like stay updated. My Venmo stuff is on there too, and then we have like the purses and stuff hung up on the top with some shoes on the bottom as well. And then I have like this rack, I just put all of my favorites, some of the women's and some of the men's, since I'm assuming people walking by will more easily want to browse through this because it's like close to them. And then we have some jackets over here, and then dresses and tops. And then we have this all my belts and accessories and hats and stuff right here. And then I hung up the mirror with the one of those like really large clamps. Then I have this, which is my pants, bottoms, skirts, all that stuff. And then I have all of my other men's vintage right here. So my little paper lantern that I always bring. And that is everything. Right now it is 1:30. 2 customers came and ordered, and I think one ordered one thing and then one person ordered I think 3 or 4 things. So doing a lot better than I thought for this early in the day. I thought people would come later just because we are the last stop of the crawl. And I also did a little updating to the booth. I used these, originally I bought these chains and carabiners to hang up my curtain rods, but then my tent ended up being a little bit too weak to handle the weight of the clothes. So I decided to just use it to hang up outfits instead of mannequins, and I think it worked out pretty well. I already heard someone complimenting this guy's outfit. He's wearing a bomber jacket, button down, and some like faux leather pants. These are my 2 most helpful employees. She sold a vest, he sold 2 jackets and a pair of pants. And we decided to not break down early at all, which is good because we got like 4 or 5 sales near the end, which was nice. Now we're gonna break everything down and then head out. So see you guys later. You like it? Yeah. Maybe we're gonna get this dress. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Awesome, you sound great though. I'm super excited for this dress. Thank you. So we have finished cleaning up, and it is 6:41. So that was a pretty fast cleanup for me. Usually it takes like an hour at least. And we got one sale right at the end, like while we were cleaning up, which was a dress that Annabelle was wearing. So I'm glad to see another sale right at the end, even after the market had closed. So now I'm just heading to the car so I can bring it over and pack the car, and then we'll be heading out to maybe dinner or boba or something. Car is all parked and loaded. It is filled to the brim. So it is Monday, 2 days after the show, and it is time for me to organize all the stuff. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the cleanup process because that's actually another important part about going to markets. It's like there's a lot of setup and cleanup, so you have to be willing to do that. And cleanup is not always fun, but it's necessary. Let's get to it. I am done with all my flea market stuff. I just need to go calculate like how much money I made and just put everything down, and then I'll come back and I'll share with you guys how everything went. Welcome back. Now it is time to talk about all the things regarding Frogtown Flea Crawl. I'm just gonna go over the basic information first. The location. It's by the LA River, kind of near like Glendale and Pasadena side of LA, so it's more like northeast east. The concept of the flea market is a crawl, so it has 3 or 4 different locations. As a customer, you just start at one end and then you walk through the different locations. One location I think is a store, another one is a brewery, another one is a cafe I think where they did like tattoos and stuff like that. And then the location that I was at, which is Happier Camper, was pretty much exclusively vintage vendors, so it didn't really have any food or activities or anything. It was just purely vintage shopping, which was great for me because that's what I do. I sell vintage. It was $60 to vend at this market, which I think is a very reasonable price. The event organizers were very organized as well. They kept us updated with like emails on how to load in, where to park, all that stuff. And when you drove into the location, for me, there was someone who was like guiding you to your spot. The event was also from 12 to 6 and load-in was started at I think 10. They staggered at different times so that there's not a bunch of cars like coming into the area. Technically, you can't choose like what spot you get, but depending on your load-in time, they'll tell you where you're supposed to go. And I luckily happened to get a corner spot, which I think actually really helped out a lot. At our location also, they had like a scavenger hunt where they had these like branded t-shirts for the flea market, and then if you went to different booths you would be able to get a free t-shirt if you found that item. So I didn't have any at my location, but I thought it was a cool idea. I think part of it might be because there are so many vendors in our location, they want people to go through every single booth. Overall, I also thought there was a surprising amount of foot traffic at this market too, which is obviously great. The more people that attend, the more likely it is that you'll make a sale since there are more people there to look at your stuff. Throughout the whole day, there are people walking in and out of my booth. Now let's move into the demographic. I would say that this market caters toward like a in-between Gen Z and millennial age group. I think personally that's a good age range because it's like the people who still appreciate and like vintage and are into fashion, but also they have a little bit more money. There was a good amount of both men and women walking around as well. I would say there was less families at this market. It seemed to be more like young people. The vibe there was very relaxed and fun, and people were dressed casually but still very stylish. It had that LA feel to it. It's also good just to see what people are wearing at the market because then you can see if that matches the vibe of what you sell. So overall, demographic worked out really well for me. There were a few adjustments I made for this market in particular. I set up my booth differently. Normally I would have like 2 racks on opposite sides of the booth, and the front would be the entrance, and then the back would just have like my checkout area and like a mirror or something like that. But this time I had 2 racks in one area, and then I had my mirror in the back, and then another rack next to it, and then 1 rack on the side. I also had that rack in the corner so people could easily browse through and see, you know, what I had in my booth. And I really liked the layout for that. It also made it feel a little bit more spacious in the middle. For this market, I decided to bring these like chains with a carabiner at the top, and I hung different outfits on there. I hung 1 menswear outfit and 1 women's wear outfit. Having both helps people know that I sell both men's and women's clothing, so it drew in both men and women to my booth, which I think was good. And a lot of people who walked by would notice the outfit and they complimented it and would like bring their friends over like, oh, I think you would wear this. And I actually did end up selling a few items through this method. I named the male one, I think his name was Michael. We named him Michael, me and my friend who came to help me. And the other outfit display was named Annabelle. I think having those outfits on display kind of help people understand the vibe and the aesthetic of my booth from when they're just like passing by. And if it matches their look, then they'll come in. And it also just helps people imagine like how to wear different items and stuff as well. So I'm pretty glad I did that because I think it really did help up the sales for my business that day. Now let's go over to the part that you're probably really curious about, which is how much money I made and the sales. There are 17 items in total that I sold. There were a few orders that were bundles, so I'll mention that if it's relevant to the order. The first thing that I sold was a cargo skirt, and I sold that for $20. The next was a bundle of 4 items, which was actually to another vendor, so I'll leave her handle for you guys to see, and you can follow her shop if you're interested as well. And she bought a pair of dark wash Levi jeans from me, and also a button placket thermal white shirt, a silver hammered buckle belt, and a like tie-dye midi length black skirt. So that was a total of $88.20. The next item I sold was a men's 80s brown like satin bomber jacket. I sold that for $40, and this was the first item that sold on Michael. The next item I sold was a pair of boots. I don't have a picture of this one, but it's similar to this style right here. Next order was for 2 different items, and that was a colorful Gap knit sweater and my 80s novelty brown like sweater vest. Then I sold a 90s denim bomber jacket, and that sold for $52. I also sold an orange leather like grommets kind of shoulder bag, and that sold for $24. My red striped grommet belt sold for $16. I also sold a 90s cheetah silk button down, which was $32. Then I sold my handmade quilted vest, which was in my previous video, for $34. I also sold a green and blue striped shirt for $28. Then I sold my Lee riveted brown jeans for $38, and that was also on the display. And then I sold my white cotton nightgown for $32, which was also on the display. For this market, I made a total of $532.20. The payment fee, which is like, you know, Venmo fees or Square fees, was $12.20. My booth fee was $60. Sales tax was $46.36. The cost of my items was $107.20. So that means my total profit for this market was $308.44. So if you count my day as being an 8-hour workday starting from like 10:40 until 7, which includes the setup and breakdown time, then I made about $38 an hour, which is not bad. I think it's pretty good. Even though I didn't have the best attitude, I still went and did my best, and it turned out well. Maybe it was just the demographic of the previous markets that didn't work with my personal aesthetic that prevented me from getting as many sales as I could. So I'm very thankful and grateful that people were willing to come and buy from me, and I felt really excited at the end of the day just knowing that I had done a lot better at this market than I had done previously. I think I had been getting a little bit discouraged not knowing if I should keep doing markets, because I enjoy doing them, but they do take a lot of work, and I wasn't making the profit that I needed to make it worth it. But this market made it worth it, and I do think I'm gonna do a few more markets at this location, or maybe at different markets in LA. I learned so much from this market, and I'm glad I came. My tips and final thoughts: if you're deciding on either going to Frogtown Flea Crawl or any other flea market and you want to vend there, I think it's good to just kind of visit the market first to see if the demographic matches what you're selling. When you go to a market, trying to see like how much are the customers willing to pay here, what is the price point of other vendors, are there a lot of booths that are similar to me, is it a convenient location, are there a lot of people walking by, stuff like that is important things to consider. I'm just also want to mention again, like, I'm really glad that I brought those outfit displays. It all went so smoothly, and I'm very thankful to both the organizers and the customers and my friend who helped me set up and break down. It was just a great day overall, and I'm really looking forward to going back. So if you have any questions about this market or any other ones I've been to, or just doing markets in general, please leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.